Hi everyone, welcome to this class. Today's class we're going to be focusing on mobility, flexibility and strength, but with a specific focus on strength. This ties in with the class theme that I have with your coming to my group classes, where we're focusing on the strength and how we move, the specificness through our joints. My name's Jill and this is my YouTube channel too. To get started, you're just going to need your mat, maybe some water to hand. And if this class hasn't got any music, you may want to pop some on, so I'll give you a moment to do that and to get settled. And if you're ready, we can get going. So we're going to start in our Pilates posture, alignment and setup position. Feet hip distance apart, standing up tall, drawing up through your spine, and finding that nice alignment through your body, finding your nice neutral spine by engaging those core muscles. So start to engage your core muscles, stay deep down in here, by drawing in with your breath, and then exhale, release. Once more, inhale, drawing them up inside, and exhale, release. And then once more, inhale, just noticing those core muscles. Joseph Pilates calls these the powerhouse muscles. So these are the ones that keep us nice and strong. And then exhale, release. So finding that engagement, as we always do in our Pilates class, we'll start to move our body, warming it up. We're going to start with our shoulders by lifting our shoulders up towards the ears and drawing them up, back and down. So draw them up and then pull them down. And as we do so, just starting to work at really squeezing your scapula, finding the mobility in our shoulders for this class today. Try and do one more, rotating backwards. And then let's try to do some forwards. So 5 going forward. So really working at creating some warmth and mobility into the shoulders, ready to use them when we're on the mat. Do one more. Beautiful. With your chin nice and level, start to rotate your head round, just so it's going round to the right. And on the right, just have a look down towards your shoulder. Feel the stretch through your neck and take a moment to feel that stretch. Come back to center with your head and your chin. And on the breath, start to rotate down towards the left. Again, taking a moment just to feel that stretch all the way through your neck. Coming back to center, and we're going to come back to your arms. The arms are going to lift up in front and keep extending them all the way up overhead, if that works for you. Feeling that stretch through the spine. On the breath, start to lower. Keeping it controlled, so we want precision of movement in today's class. So really thinking about how you move your limbs and your body through our Pilates. Reaching up all the way overhead. Feel that stretch. And exhale, release. We're not in a hurry. We want to keep it controlled. Inhale, again, reaching up. Keep the elbows straight. And the fingertips are going to start reaching up all the way overhead. Stretch tall. And on the breath, start to release back down. On the next breath, bring those arms up, this time taking them up to shoulder height. The palms are going to face outwards and you're going to start to rotate them outwards, stretching through your shoulders. Feel the extension from fingertip to fingertip. On the breath, start to turn your palms so they're facing down. And again, we're going to be rotating those shoulders. So lifting the circle, making nice big circles with our arms as we do. So do 5 going back. 5. Using your breath. 4, really working at creating beautiful circles. 3, 2, and 1. And come back to that start position, arms nice and stretched. Now go forward for 5. So again, working straight into your arms and your shoulders. 3, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Come back down with your arms. On the breath, we're going to start to reach your arms up again, this time taking the palms out wide, Bending the arms, so we have what we call our kind of a cactus arms in 45 degrees angle, and where possible try to have your palms facing forward if you can. Make sure you have your core muscles engaged and make sure your pelvis is nice and neutral. You haven't tipped forward too much. Soften those knees and we start to rotate round to the right. So really working at warming up through the spine. Come back to centre. Going over to that left. Coming back to centre. Inhale. Exhale, go round to the right. Feeling the torso as it twists and over to the left. Coming back to centre. Once more on each side. So really trying to find some mobility in your side and your waist. And then once more to the left. And come back to centre. Bringing your arms back down. On the breath, we're going to start to anchor straight into our right leg. And if you can, you're going to start to lift your right knee and see if you can give it a bit of a hug today. So finding that balance, but also giving it a bit of a stretch as you do. Try to hold that position, building strength into the opposite ankle, finding your balance. Exhale, release. Switching sides, putting the weights into the right. We start to lift the left. Again, feeling that stretch and come back down. Once more, inhale, lifting up through your right. Really draw that knee towards you, finding your balance. Exhale, release. And then once more, inhale, drawing that knee all the way up. And then exhale, release. Taking that a little bit further, we're going to go into a squat position. So Pilates squat position, usually you have your feet hip distance apart. We always want our feet to be facing forward, nice and parallel. If that's a little bit too uncomfortable for you, take them slightly wider and take your toes pointing out if that's more comfortable. Finding that position that works for you. On the breath, we're going to start to push back into our heels, lifting our arms up straight in front. And then exhale, come back up. And as we do this, we want our knees to be tracking, if we can, in line with our ankles and our toes. Really reaching up through our chest. Taking the gaze forward. Inhale, exhale, draw up. And come back. We're going to try and do 5 more. So really thinking about that precision of movement, pushing down with your bottom, lifting up through your arms, and pushing back up through your heels. So really pushing down on your heels, taking your tailbone all the way back, and really reaching up with those arms. Let's keep that flow going. You're doing great. Come back down. 3 more if you can. So really pushing down, reach up. Building strength into our legs today. Inhale, exhale, push down and reaching up. And then once more, inhale, exhale, pushing down and then reaching up. Beautiful. And come back. Give everything a little bit of a shake. And we're going to go straight down to the mat. So find your way to the mat, however feels comfortable for you. Coming straight onto your back today. So we're going to be doing some work into our core muscles, but also working through our arms and our legs. So lying down on your mat, having your feet hip distance apart, take a moment to set yourselves up, relax your shoulders onto the mat, start to engage those core muscles. So we want about 20% engagement down here. Having equal weight in your feet. On the breath, we're going to start to bring the arms just up to shoulder height, palms facing, keep an engagement in your core. We start to take our right arm overhead, take it as far as feels comfortable. It may make it to the floor, it may not. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, exhale, going overhead with the left. And come back to center. Again, inhale, taking it overhead. And come back to center. And then one more, inhale. Taking it overhead, come back to center. If you want to take it a little bit further, have a go at taking both arms overhead, so stretching through your chest. Feel the stretch in your arm. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, exhale, stretch long. And come back to center. Keeping that nice control with your arms, keeping the elbows straight as you stretch. Taking it all the way overhead. Try not to bend too much for your back. So keeping that core connection in your belly as you do so. And come back to center, but take your arms now down by their sides. Have a moment. And breathe. We're going to take this a little bit further. So option either to keep your feet on the floor, or you can take your legs into tabletop and your arms are also going to be in your tabletop position. So finding that perfect alignment once more. From here, we're going to take the opposite arm and the opposite leg. So the knee stays bent, so it's a toe tap down, and the arm extends back like we've just been doing. On the breath, take the right arm back and the left leg can tap down. Inhale, exhale, come back to center. Switch sides. So we're going to keep this flow going. As we go through this, keep going. We want to try to keep that core connection. So you don't want to be feeling your backs rounding. Inhale, exhale, switch. And come back to center. Let's try and do 4 more. Really stretch back. Coming back to center. 3, 2, well done. And then 1. You stretch it back, coming back to center. Beautiful. Bringing your knees to your chest and giving everything a squeeze. Take a moment to recover. Well done. On the next breath, take your feet back down to the mat, still having your feet hip distance apart. We're going to go into the 100. So your options here have to have your arms extended long, or you could have your legs in tabletop, or you can extend them. So finding your position that's right for you for your 100. Your head can be off, but if you feel you're pulling your neck too much, then to keep it down. So find that lovely position. I'm going to keep my legs today just in bent, so 45 degrees angle, tabletop, and my arms are extended forward. We can count together, or feel free to count the breath yourself. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 50. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your 100. Lower your hands down and lower your legs back to the mat and your head too. Have a full body stretch for me. Well done. Always challenging to do that 100, we know. Have a full body stretch. Have a moment to recover. Well done. And when you're feeling ready, join me once more. We're going to come with our feet hip distance apart. We're going to do some abdominal work now. Taking the hands behind the nape of the head. Start to engage those core muscles. And on the breath, we're going to start to lift up our head and our shoulders, coming into an abdominal curl. Exhale, start to release back down. Inhale, exhale, release. Imagine you're squeezing an orange where your belly muscles are. Try to keep those elbows nice and wide, building some strength into our abdominal muscles, those belly muscles that can be a bit stubborn. And we want to try and get rid of that kind of midriff that we maybe get when we're going into our menopausal phase of life. So keep that going. Try to lift up and coming all the way back down. Let's try and do 5 more. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift for 4. Inhale, exhale, lift for 3. Inhale, exhale, lift for 2. And inhale, exhale, lift. And coming all the way back down. Well done. You've done great. Take a moment here just to recover. And then on the next breath, remove your hands. Just turn over, coming onto your side, facing me. We're just doing 2 exercises in side line. We're going to work at building some strength into your legs. So we're going to start on our elbow if that's comfortable. If it's not, feel free to lie all the way down. We're going to extend the legs long. So finding that nice long line in your body, but keeping the elbow underneath the shoulder, extending long. So you want to feel an engagement here in your side. Because we're lifted up, we've got a shorter lever, still holding on to the front, either with your onto the mat, or if you have a block to hand, you can use that. And on the breath, we start to lift that left leg up, and come back down. Inhale, lift up, and come back down. So try to not collapse through the side as we're doing our lift and lowers on side line. That's 3. And 4, lovely. Keep going. And 5. Inhale, exhale for 6. Inhale, exhale 7. Inhale, exhale 8. Inhale, exhale 9. And inhale, exhale 10. Brilliant. Hold up once more, pointing your toe and pulse it up for 10. 9, 8, try and keep us 7, 6, try not to collapse, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back down. Well done. Just bend your legs if you need to, just to recover, giving that hip a bit of a rub. Extend your legs once more, and let's lift yourself up, releasing that arm if you need to, before we place it back down. We're going to be staying in this position. This time we extend up to hip height, and we're going to take it forward and back. So finding that nice perfect line. And then on that breath, you're going to point forward. So taking that leg as far as you can, keeping it level. Exhale, and you're just going back past that midline. So keeping the core engaged, keeping that connection here. Inhale, taking it forward. Exhale, float it back. Try not to collapse. So you're really working quite hard now into your sides as well as your legs. Inhale, exhale forward. Inhale, exhale, come back. Lovely. Let's go 5 more. 3, 2, take it forward, keeping it level, all the way back, and 1. Beautiful. Come back down. Bending your knees and start to push yourself up to a seated position. From here, just take your legs forward for me. And sit tall. Finding that seated position that works for you. I'll just seat face. I'm going to go sideways, but you can be facing me if you wish. We're going to just reach up tall with our arms and start to fold forward. So just find a forward fold, just stretching through your spine. Taking a moment just to breathe all the way through your back and your spine. Really allowing your head to fall down towards your knees, if you can get it that far. Trying to soften through your back. And then on that breath, start to come back up. So turn yourself around. So you're going to start working on the other side for our side line. So finding that position. Once more on the opposite side. So again, coming up with your elbow underneath your shoulder, if that feels okay. If not, just lie all the way down. Extending your legs nice and long. And make sure you don't collapse through that side. You can hold on to your hip or you can hold on to the mat for some stability. I will hold on to the mat. On the breath, inhale, we point up and we flex back down. Inhale, lift up and come back down. Inhale, exhale, lift and float back down. So keeping that going, and as we lift and lower, we want to keep that leg nice and long and straight. We want to keep our hips nice and centered and level. Working the strength through our side and trying not to collapse onto our hips as we go through this. 2, and 1 more. Come back down. Just bending in and have a little rub. Perfect. Releasing the opposite arm if you need to. Well done. So you've got that last leg side line exercise to do, coming all the way down, stretch long. And again, when you're feeling ready, either on your elbow or extended long, we take the top leg to hip height and we're going to go point it forward and extend it back. So we flex the foot, taking it forward, keeping it at hip height, trying to make sure it doesn't drop. And exhale, taking it back just past that midline, keeping that core connection, keeping the pelvis steady. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, take it back. Keep that flow going. Inhale, forward, and exhale back. Inhale, take it forward, and exhale, come back. Beautiful. Keep that going. You're doing good. Building real strength into your legs and into our bottom muscles. So it's a bit of a strength exercise class today. As I said, the theme for May is all about our strength. So we want to make sure we have nice, strong leg muscles. Tend to be more mobile this time of year. Well, perfect. 2 more if you can. You've got this. And 1 more. Beautiful. And come back down. Well done. Bend your knees once more. And just give your hips a little bit of love. When you're ready, start to turn yourself over. We're going to be coming onto our all fours. We're going to go into doing some push-ups. Now, if push-ups on the mat isn't for you today, feel free to go and find a wall. And you can do your push-ups on the wall. The same principles still apply, so either on the wall or on the mat. First level, you are just going to have your hands underneath your shoulders, just slightly wider, and your knees underneath your hips. From here, you can tuck your toes and we can just all push up and then release back down. Untuck your toes. So inhale, tuck those toes, putting equal weight into your wrists and your hands, pushing up through your body. Exhale, push up. See if you can hold for a couple of breaths and then slowly release. If you want to take it a little bit further, feel free to come onto your forearms, or we can go slightly wider, taking your legs back for our push-up. So take your legs back to 45 degrees, or you can stay doing the position that I've just shown you. From here, take your arms slightly wider, putting the weight into your hands, engaging through your belly. On the breath, we start to take our nose down towards the mat. And then inhale, exhale, push back up. As we do so, we want to be focusing on working through our shoulders and our upper back. Keep that flow going. We're going to try to do 10. If you need to come off onto your knees and then return, then that's absolutely fine. We all work at the level that feels right for us. So taking your time for your push-ups, but doing them with precision. That's 5. Keep going for 4. For 3, try to keep those elbows in 2 if you can. 2 more. Oh, feeling that power in the arms. And 1. And come back up. Start to come back. Well done. Start to come back on. So you're taking your bottom to your heels and have an extended child's pose stretch. Forehead can come to the mat and the knees can go wide to your mat too if that works for you. Just have a stretch all the way through your back. Well done. And then when you're ready, just coming back onto your all fours if that's comfortable for you to do so. For stretch, we're going to take our right leg, bringing the foot inside of our hand. If that's comfortable, we're able to do so. You can do this standing up. When you found that connection, we start to take the hands off the floor. And we're going to come into a stretch for our hip flexors. So keeping the knee nice and straight and level. Just check your back foot's nice and level too. And if you can, putting the top of the foot onto the mat. We start to just gently holding onto the thigh, pushing forwards. So the stretch actually comes from the opposite hip flexor, which is right here, just underneath your pelvis. So take that as far forward as that feels as comfortable. If it feels uncomfortable at any point, just feel free to come out of this stretch. Or if, like me, I've suddenly got a cramp going on the left foot, you might want to be moving your foot around a little bit. So just breathing into that hip flexor stretch. Well done. And if you can, we're going to come out of there slowly, bringing that knee back up to center. Try to keep your torso nice and long. If you can, you're going to start to take that, come back, drawing that front leg back, so you get a nice stretch through that hamstring. So pushing your foot into the floor if you can. You can hold onto your hips for balance. And if you need to lift your toes up, feel free to do so. For a greater stretch, try to keep your toes on the mat. Take a couple of breaths here, just stretching through your hamstring. Feeling that beautiful stretch. And then on that next breath, bending that front knee and just gently bringing it all the way back. You might want to hold the wall or the floor, just bringing that back to join. And again, when you're ready, we're going to take the hands back down to the floor. And this time we're taking that left foot to come inside of the left hand, finding that position first. And then when you feel you've got that connection, start to take your hands up, bringing them onto the left thigh. Checking with your back foot, your right foot, making sure it's nice and level, and your right knee is parallel to your ankle and your foot. On the breath, we start to just gently push forward, again, feeling that stretch into that hamstring. Let's take a couple of nice breaths, really feeling that stretch. So these can get quite shortened if you spend a lot of time at work sitting, so always good to do a lovely stretch for our hip flexors. On the next breath, if it feels okay, come back to center, drawing tall for your torso. And if you want to take that foot just a little bit further forward, to then get a nice stretch through your hamstring, either keeping your toes on the floor or lifting them if you need to. So just again, feeling that stretch. Do a couple more breaths, just really feeling that connection. Trying to keep your balance too might be a challenge. I'm much more wobbly on this side. And then bending that front leg, bringing your hands to the mat and coming around and finding a seated position now as we come to the end of this class. So either sitting cross-legged, you can be sitting on your knees, or just a comfortable position that's working for you. Sit up tall. And just finishing by stretching through your arms, reaching your right arm up, just really stretching it tall, fingertips up to the sky. Bending that elbow, try to hold on to your scapula, your back, and taking your opposite arm, just gently drawing your arm back a little bit further. So helping with that posture alignment, we're getting a stretch through your triceps and through your shoulder there. Start to release, taking your hands back down, this time taking your right arm. So really reach up first. So feel that stretch all the way through your arm first. And then on the breath, we start to bend the elbow, giving ourselves that pat on the back, taking the right opposite arm and just starting to pull that down. That feels good. Gently start to release. Take your arms out wide. On the inhale, exhale, lifting up all the way overhead. Palms can come together. If you want to bring them in front of your chest. Just like to thank you for joining me for this practice today. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And let's just thank Joseph Pilates for giving us Pilates. And I'll see you back on the mat soon. Thanks.